Mayor Dave Bing says he's ready to go back to work, and tonight he is talking to 7 Action News about his improving health and Detroit's financial future, which we hope is also improving. Mayor's recovering from 2 trips to the hospital for colon surgery and then for treating blood clots in his lungs.
He has been resting at home. And good evening, Mr. Mayor. Thank you so much for joining us. First of all, how are you feeling tonight, and how is your recovery going?
Hi, Joanne, Stephen. I'm doing very, very well. Things are really progressing. I'm healthy again. I'm in no pain. I'm up. I'm around. I'm walking. The toughest thing for me now is getting an appetite back, because I was in the hospital for those 9 days on med without eating. And so I lost a lot of weight and lost strength and muscle mass and all of that. But I'm starting to come back. I'm eating much better, and, I'm looking forward to coming back.
Well, we certainly wish you the speediest of recovery on that, and we want to see you back as soon as possible. This is the first chance we've had to talk to you about this consent agreement that was signed with the state in your absence. Do you feel you had any say in this, or were you really kind of just railroaded into it?
Well, I won't say I was railroaded. I think my options obviously were very limited. I think everything that I had heard from the citizens here in Detroit was that the last thing they wanted was an emergency manager. And as we negotiated with our labor unions trying to cut a deal so that we could bring savings to the table, the state basically said that's not good enough. So if you sign these agreements and ratify them, then you give us no choice other than bring in an emergency manager. So I didn't really have a choice in this, and so it's all history at this point. I think it's incumbent upon my office and this administration, City Council, and Lansing to work together to make sure that we do all the things that we possibly can do to make Detroit a strong city again.
Mayor, you were talking there about the unions and these agreements that basically have to be thrown out now. There's a lot of fence mending, if you will, to be done with the unions. All the while, I believe it's, July 15th, that you've got to come up with new labor contracts. How do you see all that going?
Well, it's not going to be easy. There's no doubt about it. And I'm going to have to spend an exorbitant amount of time, I think, trying to get back with the unions. I think the relationship that was established between myself, my administration, and the unions have improved dramatically. But now with the situation that we're in, we just got to try to go back and fix it. And the biggest thing is going to be trying to regain trust.
Mr. Mayor, we talked yesterday about the first 3 members of that 9-member advisory board that has been appointed. How do you feel about those choices so far, and are you confident in the picks that you've made?
I am extremely happy with those 3 picks. The governor and I collectively chose Bob Bowman, and I've known Bob going back 20, 25 years. I've known Darrell Burks for probably 20 or 25 years. I've known Ken Whipple probably for the last 30 years. They bring an unbelievable amount of expertise. They're quality people, and I think they set the standard for the next 6 people that will be chosen to round out that 9-member board. So I'm happy with it, and I'm looking forward to naming my picks, hopefully in the next week or so.
Any clue who those are at this point that you can give us, Mr. Mayor? I know you get 2 picks, correct? And the City Council gets 2. Any names that you can share?
I can't share those names right now. We're going through a vetting process. I know who it is that I want, and the negotiations will go on, the interviews will go on, and hopefully next week or so we will make those choices public.
Now, Mr. Mayor, you know a few things now about improving health. Can you make the metaphor here and say that the city of Detroit is also on the mend?
I absolutely think we're going to come back. I know that there are a lot of naysayers that are out here, people in some cases who say you're dead and nobody wants to deal with us. But this is an important city, not only to Michigan, but across this country. And I think Detroiters have always been able to fight back. This is not going to be different. The good thing is that we're going to have local government and state government work together with a lot of outside people, meaning the 9-person board. We're going to get this done. I absolutely believe we'll get it done.
All right, Mr. Mayor, we thank you so very much for taking the time out of your recuperation to talk with us. I know you got a lot on your plate right now, but we do appreciate talking to you and wish you the best.
Thank you so much, Steve. Thank you, Joanne.
You're welcome. Feel good.